The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to the bid email webinar. We're going to get to how we're going to actually send the emails to those players that registered for tryouts through the US Soccer Connect system, and you identified in the registration setup that this was a tryout style event. If you were curious to how or if you did, click on the registrants tab, click edit, and you would see here in the advanced, do you want to use a tryout style event? And it would be yes. That's how you know if you actually set this up for a tryout style. If you did not, then you would simply want to just visit the basic registration setup. But if you did go ahead and do that, then let's get rolling on how you actually send these bid emails out. So one early step that you can take to save some time the morning of bid day is you can preload your emails so that all you have to do is load those up and then send them out. Quickly how you do that, click email all, even though we're not actually going to email anyone, then click email here. You're going to insert any sort of text you would want, so congratulations, welcome to the team. Something could be short, could be really long, could include every little bit of information you want, could be team specific, could be club specific, because the email they do receive doesn't allow them to see which team they made at the very top. So this information will go below the team assignment, but it's really just the team name that they're going to see, not necessarily any additional information. So you can put whatever custom text you want, but the one thing we want to make sure that you do include, whether you do the preloaded or the day of email, is how to accept your bid. And to accept their bid, or decline the bid, hopefully they accept. To accept the bid, they are going to log into the member account. Need to log into your member account. Now, suggestion is that you link your Iowa Soccer Live registration page in the email. That'll make it super simple for them to get back to this website. This is where they probably registered for tryouts, coaches are registering, and so on. And this green member login button is where they'll access their account and see the actual accept and decline buttons. So whatever text you use, make sure you're putting something in there about going into their member account and accepting and declining. And I'll even show you what that actually looks like when they do log in. But just remember that this is a key part to any text that you include in the bid email. But once you, if you want to do the work ahead of time, get the text and the formatting as you like. You can even send yourself a test email. You hit File, Save Email, and then you can title this email if it's a general, whatever, general bid day email. If it's team specific, you can put that in there. You can also decide that you want to share this with other administrators who have communication permissions within US Soccer Connect. Up to you specifically, but you hit OK. And then when you get to the email notification part, you'll actually see a very similar screen, and you can go to File, Load Email. And then you can choose whatever specific email you're looking for. Maybe it's a general U11 boys. You can preload the email that talks about they didn't make the team, so on. So really you just choose whatever email you want, and then that text will be into the field. And then again, you could add further customization at this point. So you can do that work ahead of time if you choose. Otherwise, that will be a step you complete the morning of when you send the emails. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create teams, and you're going to want to create teams late the night before or early the morning of, partially because they can actually, if they by chance log into their member account, they could see their team assignments. And so if you want to not answer any questions earlier than you should or have to, please complete the team assignment steps pretty close to the time that you're sending out the emails. So the first thing you're going to want to do is choose the category that you're going to add teams to. So for today's example, let's use the 15 girls. You're going to click the category, and then you're going to click Add Team. This Add Team button's in the white menu right next to Add Folder. You can name this. Our preference would be that you do put the club name first and then the age group and then some sort of, age group and then gender, and then whatever additional things, if you put it competitive, if you have a color, whatever your choice may be. The team number. This again has changed. Remember, there's going to be a 4-digit code at the front, and those numbers represent your club. The additional 3 digits at the end you can customize. Either you can choose the next available or you can choose the 3 digits. Remember, each team number has to be unique to the actual team. You cannot have multiple teams with the same ID numbers. Again, you have the choice, next available or customization. To us, we don't care the difference. We just need those to be unique ID numbers. Sorry about the dog. The next part is the association reporting options. You need to make sure that this program type is correct because that can limit you on future league and tournament registrations. So for this case, this is actually incorrect. It says Academy. It should be Select. It is a female team and the age group is U15. Once you know these are all set, you're going to hit Create. And now you'll see an arrow next to the category. If you click that, you're going to see the team you've created. Quick glimpse of the team page. You've got the name and the display name. Really, those two can be exactly the same if you choose so. Obviously, you've got the settings that were applied during the registration. The team ID number, you'll see the last 3 digits here. And then you'll be able to see that the team is not approved at this time. You can future steps register. You can activate the Team Connect product. Here's where you have your coaches and players. You'll list coaches out, players will be rostered there, and we're going to see this in a second when I start assigning. So the night before, morning of, you're going to click on the team and you're going to click Assign Participant. And the first step you can do is notify those players that are definitely not going to make the team. You're going to notify them as being in the available participants. Available participants are the kids that did the tryouts. Assigned participants will be the kids that actually make the team. Real quick note, this warning message, don't worry about it. That doesn't apply to us. It's just from a different group's settings. So going back to notifying those kids that did not make the team. You can choose one kid to send a specific email, or you can choose every kid that didn't make the team, and you would click Notify Available. In this case, I don't want to click Notify Available because I don't necessarily want to mess up the function, but right here, you can, again, just do this custom, or you can do it in bulk of all of those kids that did not make the team. If you want to hold off and not send them either an assigned or didn't make it team or didn't make it email, you can just hold them in this category and just not send them a communication yet. So just as a heads up, you don't have to do it for everyone. But those kids that make, you want to be able to drag. So again, by control and clicking, I can hit multiple kids and drag them at the same time. Again, assigned participants are players that are going to make the team or be offered a spot on the team. So the first thing you do is drag them over and then click Save Assignments. This is just simply putting those participants on this team. The next step is notification. Again, you can send custom emails by clicking one player at a time and clicking Notified Assigned, or you can send bulk emails to the whole age group or the whole team. So by clicking Control and click on each kid, you're going to be able to email all that you have highlighted in yellow. Click Notified Assigned. This would be the same box if you click Notify Available and this email box comes up. Again, you can insert the text the day of, or you can hit File, Load Email, and all your saved emails will appear. You can choose to enter them in, and then again, you can definitely add further text as you choose. A few notes here. I know it says one recipient. That's because I'm considered the parent guardian of both the kids. So this might be the case if you have a twin situation on the team. However, you're probably going to have however many rostered players you have is how many recipients you have. It does go to the primary parent guardian email address. The from category, the from can be customized if you would choose to. That could be like a coach, it could be a director, whatever you choose, or it can just be a random, or not random, your pretty much your club email address, the general one that you may have. Subject, you want to put something maybe a little bit eye-catching so they know to open that email as soon as possible. The additional email fields does allow you to enter emails that you may want to make sure are people that have some awareness that you've sent out a notification, perhaps other staff members, perhaps even yourself, so that you get a copy of this email, because you won't unless you put your name in there, or your email address, excuse me. But it's a good field to assist with just letting everybody know that that team's communication went out. You may attach files if you choose. And then again, you have the ability to link, create a little bit of jazz in this email, but I realize it's not fully developed yet, but it is at least functioning that the email will look a bit customized to your club. Again, you can set a test email if you want to try it out. But what happens is then when you're ready to go, when you're ready to notify, you're going to click group send email, or send group email to all recipients. Click that button. It's going to ask you if you're sure. You're going to click OK. You get the success page, and what you'll notice now is there's a green notified check mark under the notified participant. That means they were told. So again, you might have a situation where you're holding some kids in the available category and you'll drag them over and they will not appear with the green. So first you hit save assignment so that you save that kid to that team, and then you click notified assign, and once you send the email, their green check mark will appear. Again, the A means have they accepted, and at this point, neither one has. To exit out of this, you're going to click cancel. And then once you scroll down, you're going to be able to see your player. So you see the two children. You can assign a jersey number if you choose so. But the biggest thing here, that should have saved. Let's go back to assign participant, make sure that it did what it was supposed to do. Save. Let's make sure that those green check marks show. Oh, there they are this time. You have the green check marks as well in the notified category. Now there are two ways to accept: the member, which I'll show you, and the preferred way is that the member accepts it through their member account. But you can, on the back end, click a button or click this box, and it will accept the bid for them if you choose. You can't decline. If anybody declines and does not go into their member account, you would simply go back to assigned participant and drag them from assigned to available. So you can't decline, however you can accept for them by clicking on this box. I'll show you what that looks like. Click, make sure you click update. And now you'll see that they have accepted and notified. Now, if we're going to go for what the parent's going to see, I'm going to load my email real quick. And what we'll see here is this preloaded text that I talked about, is that the assigned team does show along with the participants. Participant, again, is the player. So I've had two children that were invited to that team, and that's why both are showing. Again, if you have one, in most cases, that child will only show. But here again, you notice all the custom text falls underneath it. So you can repeat the team that they made, but you do know at the top that assigned team is showing. And it's telling me how to accept my bid, and by telling me to go to my member account. So by doing that, I'm going to go into my member account. So I go to our home page. Again, you're going to probably want to link that in your email and click member login. They've probably created something or their username at some point, so they should be able to access that. Otherwise, they'll be able to put in their username or their email address and password. They can hit forgot their password if that is the case. Okay, so I'm into my member account, and I said it told me to scroll all the way down to notices. So here's the notices, which is tryouts. Congratulations, and this will be the child's name. You have been rostered, and it says to the girls U15, and it gives me the team name. I may choose to accept or reject my placement on the team by clicking the appropriate buttons below, and me making a selection tells my organization whether or not I will be participating. If I accept my team placement, your account will be charged a participation fee of, and in this case, it's $1,000. So again, they have the ability to hit reject team of placement, and if they do that, they do, or this box, excuse me, is no longer a green check, it is a red X, so that you know what it visually looks like. But hopefully everyone hits accept team placement, and you'll click here. And now they'll see a balance that they'll be able to pay. If you have prompted them or given them the options to set up a payment plan, then they will see those options there are to pay in full. So it's fully up to what you gave them options for. Otherwise, at this point in time, they have accepted their team spot, and then on your side, the next time you update the team, you will see that the green check mark appears. So this is a really good tool to use on bid day to kind of track without needing another Excel spreadsheet, because you do have phone numbers and email addresses that you can access. You can even give, if you have directors of coaching that need access to the system to see this process go down, you could give them full access to all of the age groups. You could specify certain, just girls, just boys, your preferences. So at this point, you have notified them, and they've been given the ability to accept or reject. They've been able to make payments, whether it's in full or payment plan, if you're giving them that option. And at this point, you are set to go. If you have any questions on how to further complete this process, please feel free to call me or send me an email at cfabry@iowasoccer.org. Have a great night.